All right, I'm ready.
So let's talk about.
I was gonna say, is there any way I can get this shirt in the photo?
Yeah, you have to just go down.
Here, we'll just cut my face out. We'll be like this the whole time.
Yeah, it'll make the video better.
Wouldn't it?
All right, so I like your shirt, man. The OD, what is that? Orange shirt with the OD green 1Day logo.
That's the regular. This is a regular green. This is like my Halloween color.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that everybody knows that they can go onto our website, 1Day-Wakeup.
Here, you want me to show you the other ones too?
Yeah, let's see them.
What I got?
All right.
One day and wake up on the front.
That one, the blue kind of on the back is hard to show up, huh? I guess you can see it a little bit.
What's that?
The blue on there, a little bit is background issue. All right.
Yeah, this is our support. This is our support Ukraine shirt.
All right. Well, you need to have the yellow logo.
I think. Oh, I thought that was the Ukraine one.
Maybe we didn't save it.
I don't know. I think there's 7 or 8 different options we have on there. And here's the sweatshirt.
I like it.
Yeah.
1Day and a wake up.
It's bitching. And then on the back of the sweatshirt, just like on the t-shirts.
Yeah. I like it. So do you remember?
I got my tote somewhere, but I don't remember.
You called me it was a few months ago. And
it was during Super Bowl weekend.
Was it? I was at work. I was at work at the arena. But I remember that you told me, basically how that you thought I was doing a great job. But then in your Lance fashion, also just kind of let me know that you thought my website was garbage. Is that how you remember it?
Yeah, I mean, it was garbage, but I was trying to be really nice about it. Listen, the website sucked, but the intent behind the website was amazing. So I was like, look, man, I gotta help my bro out.
It's the thought that counts, man.
Yeah.
I worked so hard on that website, man. I worked so hard and I was never happy with it. I always thought it looked like crap. I just got way in over my head.
Listen, you're an AVI guy. What the hell do you know about websites?
Oh, I know more and more as we struggle.
Look at this. It took 2 AVI guys to screw in a light bulb. We figured it out.
I know.
You know what it was? It wasn't our ability to build the website. It was the platform.
Right. I'm still not 100% sure where the platform's going to go.
No, me neither, buddy.
But okay, so I'll just say, when I came up with the name 1Day and a Wake Up, I thought about Pensacola, and when we were in formation, and we were like, this isn't like Pensacola as sergeants, but Pensacola when we were in boots.
Oh yeah.
We weren't there together, but I just remember the first time I ever heard somebody say 1Day and a Wake Up was in formation whenever they were doing the muster, and they called on one of the guys from the classes that was graduating the next day, and they called his name and he said 1Day and a Wake Up. But he said that all the time. He was counted it down for 10 days and a wake up just because he fucking hated Pensacola so much. But that's what my thinking was for naming this organization 1Day and a Wake Up, because you just take everything within stride. You take everything one day at a time, and then go to bed, and tomorrow you wake up, and then you just do it all over again. And sometimes that's what people have to do just to get through the day, is just knowing this day's only 24 hours. Tomorrow is a whole new shit show that you're gonna have to deal with.
No, you're absolutely right.
What are your thoughts? What are you wanting to accomplish now that you're the co-founder of 1Day and a Wake Up? San Diego chapter.
Yep, currently San Diego chapter. We'll see about that. No, I think the biggest thing, there's just more because I'm learning stuff in school too, though. But I think it's more just kind of how we're going to get into it later, I guess. But how you were talking about having the text thread thing going, we'll kind of get into some of the things we're thinking about doing. But it's just more kind of creating a safe space for anybody We
Right.
just need to figure out a way for people to feel okay about reaching out to you, me, anybody.
Right. Right.
I think the conditions are perfect for it because, kind of the stigma of mental health stuff is not what it was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I think this is a perfect time to start chipping away at the number. I did see, because remember how we were always talking about is averaging 22 deaths a day for veterans. I saw
Right.
that the latest numbers, I mean, it's still horrific, but it's 17 a day.
17 a day.
Strides have been being made, so we need to
Yeah.
chip down that average one day at a time till it's 0.
1 day and a wake up. The basic setup of the site, and not going through, click by click and showing everybody, because they can do that on their own. But
Yeah.
if they go to our site, the first thing they're going to see is kind of our mission, what we're about. And then you have some statistics on, I guess PTSD and suicide and everything. And then we kind of go into a lot of our affiliates, and our affiliates is the big part of our website, because it is products that we have tried out ourselves and are testing or are in the process of testing.
Yep.
And then we will be able to take that product and show you a review and tell you how it's going to help you with your, basically just making maybe your day a little bit better. It's
Yep.
not going to fix your anxiety, and it's not going to fix your depression, but maybe it'll help you out a little bit. So these products that we are trying to test out ourselves, and not just products, but services.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, like, I'm testing out that pillow right now. So I used it for a couple weeks. I took a couple weeks off from using it. I want to try to figure out if that thing's working for me or not. So once I get done with my little trial period, I'll do a blog. I'll kind of update that. But I mean, I've known people that have done all kinds of things over the years to try to deal. Some of them productive, some of them counterproductive. Sometimes you're just doing what you can do to get by for that day. I know, personally speaking, over the years, I was probably doing things that were more counterproductive, but now we're at where we are today. You know what I mean? I think, it kind of comes down to some of the stuff in the world too, with like different legislations. Like, I was talking to somebody at work today. There was time of, not to be political, but they were talking about, they thought when Biden got voted in that they'd finally decriminalize weed. That still hasn't happened, but just through all the research we've been doing from this website, finding all the different alternatives, and it's just like you said, not one's going to fix everybody. There's no cure to this thing. It's just a way to deal and have a good, productive life, and move on.
And I would, I also want like everybody to know, and the people who know me and who know you also, that, who served with us, or, family and friends and everything. We're not like combat seasoned veterans by any mean, like, I don't want people to think that, you only have PTSD because you, most of the time you were in combat and everything, and you could have PTSD from a lot of things, and not to overuse the word PTSD, but, anxiety. And I know just going on deployment for 6, 7, 8 months, being away from your family isn't a natural thing that any normal person has to go through. Not to mention, just kind of the fact that you're on call, you're, like we did a mew together, and it was probably the easiest mew that anybody will ever do, because we had a lot of fun ports, but
it was cake.
You all,
except for the swine flu.
The swine flu.
The swine flu. Yeah, it stopped us. We only got 7 ports.
That's why I have
8.
so much anxiety, is because I didn't get that 8th port.
Yeah, we didn't
But
get to get off the boat in Crete. That's what caused the whole thing.
absolutely. So we've all been through our personal stressors,
Yeah.
in the military. Obviously we've done several deployments and all that. I was a recruiter. I probably have. I think I can probably credit recruiting duty for my ongoing drinking problem that I have now, because I know exactly when I developed that. It was on recruiting duty, because that's what I did, just to make everything just fade away into the background, because I absolutely hated my life for 3 years. And then the habit is what sticks with you. Recruiting duty went away. I held on to the drinking habit.
Yeah.
And then another big thing that I've noticed is after spending so long in the Marine Corps and then retiring and then going to get a civilian job, I've bounced from job to job to job, just trying to find the right path for me, and I still don't know if I've found that path. And a lot of that comes down to the fact that I did not the same thing, but for 22 years I put on a uniform and I did things a certain way, and that way is not how you do things in the civilian world. And transitioning out of the military is, to me, one of the biggest factors that I have with some of my ongoing anxiety issues. How was your transition out?
Yeah, I mean, let me first start by clarifying, I've never claimed, or nor do I now claim, that I have PTSD. I think I have had anxiety from a very early age, and it was only perpetuated after joining. It's ironic we're talking about different ends of the spectrum now. I came in, got married, quick divorce, and from then on, I mean, you saw, I've drank pretty heavily for 15 years, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I mean, it's just kind of crazy, the journey. I've been through so much mental health stuff, as far as I got lucky and got a couple good doctors over the years, to where, I mean, I don't even drink anymore. Occasionally, if I go to a baseball game or something, I have a beer or whatever. But where I was like, the only days I didn't drink were if I had 24-hour duty.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
no, yeah.
Or on deployment when you couldn't. It was literally, there was only two reasons I wasn't drinking.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's maybe something that we'll start to get into a little bit, is the drinking habits that kind of come out of time served in the military. We can do a lot of research about stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's just because I don't know about other services. In the Marine Corps, it's very, I mean, that's a rite of passage.
Right.
You know what I mean? I remember not being a good airframer, as most people know, when I was an airframer way back in the day. But I'll tell you what, I could go out at night. I could get the job done at night. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
Yeah. I'd really like to start kind of getting some input from the outside and see what people are wanting. Like, I mean, I know what I want for the most part. Sometimes I don't even know what I want, but you know what I mean? So, but it's like you're talking about with alternatives and medicines and treatments and I mean, it's just different for everybody. I kind of want to figure out, we've already had some people sign up to the site, talk to them and see what they want. And then, because everyone's going to be different, we'll be able to figure it out along the way. I was it, they used to say the semper Gumby, whatever, always flexible. Like, I mean, that's what I'm, there's so much we don't know after so much that we've learned in the last 3-4 months of doing this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not restricted in anything. I just kind of open to what everybody thinks we should do. I mean, like you said, I think eventually we kind of like to build up to where we're doing events and, raising money for different stuff. And I mean, we're just kind of starting small right now, but who knows where we can go.
Right. I definitely think events are going to be a big part of our future. Trying to raise some money so we can donate to different charities that we are affiliated with. We are not a charity ourselves, but we're just kind of a conduit. And maybe someday we will be. But right now we're just kind of a conduit for not only veterans, and I want to make sure that we're clear on this. It's not just about veterans. Veterans is just the military is a platform we use because we are veterans. Obviously first responders, medical workers,
firefighters,
and the
police.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody.
And their family members, and then anybody honestly who's suffering from some sort of mental setback based off of anxiety or PTSD or depression that comes from a life of serving and and giving to other people. So
a lot of our resources on the page are I have to look. I'd say it's pretty mixed. We have a lot of veteran specific resources, but we've got a lot of resources that are just specific to mental health, and you don't have to be a veteran.
Lastly, we'll talk a little bit about the store, the merch department that was your mastermind. And we don't have a whole lot on there yet, but I'm sure we're going to have quite a lot on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a work in progress. I'm happy with where we're at right now, but like you said, so we're actually using 2 distributors on the site right now because the one I found that I really like so far, but they're very limited on their products, like no hats. So that's why we still have the other product placement with the hats and the beanies that we have on there. That it's kind of funny that the company I found, they're obviously been around longer than us, but they're still growing, so they're open to feedback. I've been getting back and forth with them about products that we think. I mean, I'm more about, there's some products that that people use more regularly than others, like calendars. Most people don't use calendars anymore. Even regular coffee mugs. Like I've ordered a bunch of coffee mugs just to hand out to put on people's desks, but most people drink out of Yetis or those style travel mugs.
I'm old school, man. At my work, I've still got just a normal coffee mug, and everybody is always commenting on it because it's got a picture of Dave Grohl on it because he's the most awesome dude in the world. But what happens with my Dave Grohl mug? My coffee gets cold if I don't drink it fast enough.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and we've got 2 mugs on there. I think I'd have to look. I think we have the regular size, which is 11 ounce, which I you got to think back in the 80s, that probably was a regular size coffee mug. Now we probably drink 4 times the amount of a regular size. I think there's a 15 ounce cup on there too, but everything on there's got our logo. I will say, I don't know where I put it. The tote, I got to either fix, or if there's any problem with anything that anyone orders on the website, let us know and we'll get it taken care of, even if I have to go buy you another one. But I disclaimer, and I think we'll probably end up adding it, not the hats, but every other thing that's clothing wise on the website. Ryan mentioned it when he received his shirt. When you first open up the package, it's going to sound funny. Your stuff's probably going to smell like vinegar. I looked it up on the site. It has something to do with the packaging to, believe it or not, keep it fresh or something. All you got to do is just wash it once. Happened with these shirts for me. The sweatshirt came. You wash it and it's fine. It has something to do with preserving the quality of the product during shipment. That's all I can say. I mean, it's a little off-putting when you open the package. Like, what in the hell is this? But no, everything's been great so far. So I mean, just like the rest of the site, I think it's a work in progress. It's more like that's why I wanted to put the website on the back. It's just name recognition. You know what I mean? The most people, like, even if I'm at the gym on the treadmill and someone behind me on the stair climber, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this website on this guy's shirt? Right. But you never know, you know what I mean? They might look it up. So
do you remember the first time you and I met?
I'm so glad that you're bringing this up, because obviously I've read all your blogs.
Right.
I've read all this. I've read everything on the website. I was just telling Ryan and someone else too, a matter of fact, that you were so wrong about when we met. You said you put on the website that we met in North Carolina. That is not true. We were both retreads going back through Pensacola. I met you at a field day formation on a Thursday. The only reason I even remember this moment, because yes, I was drinking pretty heavily back then as well. is because you and me were only two, or there might have been a third person in the entire formation that was still wearing the old school camis. I didn't even know your name. I saw your name patch, but I saw you were wearing these salty ass old school camis, and I was like, I like that dude because you weren't putting on those new fucking camis yet.
No,
and I was like,
I waited.
Yeah.
I think I waited till the last week to put those new things on.
Absolutely, I did.
Oh man,
yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh
shit. That was the end of 03 because I got to Pensacola as a sergeant in August of 03, and then I left right before the Christmas holiday.
But it was a super brief encounter because we didn't hang out.
Yes.
In Pensacola,
really. No, we didn't hang out at all. We didn't start hanging out till you, me, and Tommy.
Right.
Jason.
I do remember that.
New River.
Remember that. Yeah. So then we got to New River, and I remember that we were on barrack support.
Yeah.
And what was it like? 4 or 5 retreads on barrack support, which was probably the worst thing for these young students because there's 4 board sergeants who said, "Hey, you guys just kind of run the barracks."
Yeah.
And we were all still motivated back then. So
you might have been.
Well, you were too, I remember, with your chesty puller stack when you walked into the fucking
I might have faked it.
But then from that point on,
I don't lie to these people. I only looked like Chesty compared to you.
Well, that's probably true because what was I?
I mean, you guys didn't get no ribbons on UDPs.
No, Mr. 3 ribbon sergeant until I got to 53 community, and then I started putting a couple more on.
Yeah, till you finally went to war with V22.
It's never in the right place at the right time. That's just the way it was. I didn't start getting good awards until I went recruiting. Nobody saw how awesome of an avionics technician I was until
recruiter of the year, if I remember.
Recruiter of the year. That's rookie recruiter of the year. I got recruiter of the year. It was that'll be a different vlog. That'll be a whole vlog that we do on recruiting duty and the shit that I had to go through with that. And then for a long time, we hung out while we were in school, and then we both got orders to New River. No, you went to. Where did you go? I went to 461.
Yeah, and I went to VMX first, and then to 204, and then we met up at 263.
That's right. 263 in 2009.
Well, I got there in 08, but we chopped. End of 08, beginning of 09 or something. Right. I just remember we came back in like November of 09 from the deployment. I think we must have left around February, March or something.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember that. The USS Baton.
That's right.
So if you want to go to the join section, you can do that, put your info in, and then you will get emailed as soon as a blog comes out. You'll get an email of the blog. You'll get first notification of any new affiliate product that we have, any new merch product that we have. You'll get emailed. Everything will also be available on the Facebook page as well. So the member section just basically gets you first dibs on the info and the happenings that we are in the middle of doing. So also, if you don't go to the join section, there is a time delay on our website that a pop-up will happen after a couple of seconds of being on there. And if you just put your info in that pop-up and then click the button, that is the same thing as joining. So, we'll do stuff like giveaways for our members. We're talking about maybe doing a CBD pillow giveaway here in the very near future. Mm-hmm. So the only people who will be eligible for those giveaways are the people who have joined the organization. So what say you, sir?
When you join, email us if you have any suggestions on the website, on where you want us to go, on something you need personally. Just hit us up.
if anybody has something that they feel like a good story, that would give people a laugh, military or first responder, medical worker related, something like that. We'd be happy to put it on our site. Obviously, we have to vet it first. So, but we will give you full credit if you write a blog story. We'll be happy to give you full credit, and we want to collaborate with as many people as we possibly can, other organizations, whoever else, whatever we can do to get our name out there. And in turn, if you have an organization or something that's important to you, we would love to use our platform to share your stuff too. So
I think we talked about at some point maybe even doing some sort of a podcast to upload on this. And if we do that or something along those lines, I think it would be cool if we even if it's just Zoom like this, to do video chats with vets, first responders, or anyone under the sun that has related issues. Have them on here and just talk to them about it. I think that's kind of the biggest thing is just, like I said, having a safe space for people to just say whatever the fuck they want to say, not having to worry about it.
I like it.